everyone, we are starting. So we already saw some videos on how to transfer the image. You can like rub charcoal or graphite on the back, put it on, tape it down a little bit, not too much, remove the stickiness so it doesn't rip your paper, and then just simply trace, all the details. So I already did that. And then I started to use charcoal to add in some shadows, leaving the blue of the paper my highlights. I still have more work to do there, but I wanted to show you how to start to incorporate the object. It's okay if you just draw everything out before you start shading. So I have a couple mediums I'm considering. The Prismacolor NuPastels. These Neocolors that are water soluble, so I like those. In other words, you can use them like watercolor paint, but they're also, you can layer them like an oil pastel. And I have Sharpies. So I'm gonna just start with a pencil, and I'm also gonna start with looking at my journal entry and look at what I did. I did this a couple times, you guys. And I really sort of like this abstract layering going on and the looseness. Now remember, at least one of your object drawings needs to be realistic. So I did this a couple times. Hold on. And then here's one with markers. And I really like this big bird that's kind of loose. So I'm going to take inspiration from this big bird, and I'm going to draw that. So I have my journal open to the side. I pushed it over to the side. And I'm going to draw that with just a pencil to start, really loose. And I'm kind of just feeling this out. It's going to peek behind my head a little bit. And that's okay. I want the overlapping to happen. I want that overlap and that layering to start to occur. So what I have here is this bird almost frames the picture of Emmett and I. And then I have this like whistle component that I'm just kind of blocking in. Now I might actually need to look at that whistle in reality, so that's why bringing your object in is a really good idea and having it with you, because I need to like make sure I draw this accurate from the right vantage point. So now I'm going to, look at that and maybe now fix a little bit of the perspective that was a little off when I was just guessing from my journal. Okay, so what I have here is the bird in the background starting to look kind of nice, and that's going to be just subtly suggested. So the next thing I might do is mark out where I'm going to put the more realistic bird. And I kind of think I need something up here, so this could be a nice place for the realistic bird. And maybe this time, though, facing a different direction. So I'm kind of just blocking it in using gesture, you guys, to just start it off. And I can like decide maybe that I want to add another one on top. So again, composition is important for this, and layering. So I'm kind of just enjoying the overlapping that's going on right now of the different birds. And I think that, at least one of them is going to be realistically rendered. But for now, I'm just worried, about layering. Kind of deciding if I want to put something down here or if it would be too much. I'm not 100% sure. And I also wanted to add, somewhere like something about time. So I'm thinking, time is not on our side. And I have that in my mind, that I have a very finite amount of time with my little boy as a little boy, and then before he becomes a grown man. So I kind of want to keep in mind that concept and, you know, maybe add some clocks. So after I get things kind of planned out, I'm not sure about down here, so I'm going to let that go. I think I have enough going on sort of in the sky, if you will. And at least, like I said, at least one of these needs to be developed, and I might have to like take a new picture to accurately render, you know, the whistle. Okay, so after I kind of block things out, then what I'm going to do is start developing it with my medium. And I'm going to start with probably using these Carnet d'Arche because I really want to try these for a different medium. And I'm going to notice that I have like some blues. So I'm going to start to layer right over top to develop the form. I probably could have erased some of those pencil lines, but it's fine. I don't see them, so I'm just going to keep going. But you might want to consider doing that. Now you can wet these like a watercolor, which is why these Carnet d'Arche, you know, water-soluble wax crayons are really, really cool. And you can also wet, you know, the NuPastels, which gives it a totally different effect as well. And I'm going to show you that in a little bit. So again, I'm developing the form. I'm noticing that it's darker on one side because the light is coming from the left. So determining a light source is probably a good idea, which means I'm going to start to darken, you know, the side here. One rule, you guys, is the rule of threes. A red apple isn't just red. It's probably red and red-orange and yellow-orange and maybe even a little green in there. Maybe even a red-violet for the shadow or a blue-violet. So you want to like try and mix colors as much as possible. I might want to use a little bit of purple in here to mix in with the blue. So I could add some purple and then blend over it, you know, a nice light blue. And I'm just using multiple shades of blue. Now what's happening is I'm creating layers, like an oil pastel, so it's really thick. And what I don't want to totally lose this light, so what I'm going to end up doing is grabbing my water, and I'm going to wet it, and I'm going to, you know, blend it into the light color. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And honestly, with this project, because it's mixed media, there's going to be things you're going to have to learn just by through discovery and trying things out. Because the fact is, there's so many different things that you can do with a mixed media project and so many different mediums you can use that I'm not going to show you every possibility. You're going to make some discoveries on your own. So I decided I wanted a darker blue there. You can see I added that. And now I'm going to get a little bit of water and show you how to wet to blend. Alright, sorry guys, I had to go to the sink and get the water. Left it over there, but here we go. Alright, so I'm going to use a watercolor brush, and I'm going to just simply, you know, start to blend them to get the colors together. And then it's going to fade right up into what I already did with the watercolor initial wash. Don't worry if you get over top of an image. I can like layer over that when it dries. Because for my son and I, I'm using charcoal. I'm not using the Carnet d'Arche. Again, 3 mediums minimum, you guys. 3 mediums. So you're going to need to decide which mediums you want to try. So I've already used the Carnet d'Arche charcoal and the watercolor paint, and I used pastels, so that was 4. So you're allowed to use more than 3, but at least 3. Alright, so I'm going to keep developing this, and then when you guys are done watching this video, I'll show you what it looks like, and then you guys can get started yourself. Have fun today, make a lot of good decisions. Good luck.